in those ranks, but I will tell you what my belief was. And, that is that I came back in the automotive industry to revolutionize it. I came back with a different lens. I wanted to empower women consumers to be able to make good choices when it came to buying cars. Now, women influence 85% of all car purchases. They spend 14 hours before they ever hit the car dealership. Now, these are averages, right? 14 hours doing research on the cars, on the company they're doing business with, and on safety. Safety is a really big one. And then when they hit the car dealership, they get a totally different experience. And why I became so passionate about it is because I went to go buy a new car before I came back in the car business. And I was the CEO of my own company, and I was writing a check for it. And it was a 6-figure car. And literally, I got to the showroom, and it was a Porsche. I'll tell you guys right now, there's only one Porsche dealership in town. So if they're watching it, they know this story. And it was a Porsche Cayenne Turbo. And I walked in and I said, I want that car right there. And he said, I said, but I'd like to drive it. I've read all about it. And he said, well, I'll tell you what, why don't you bring your husband back? And I was furious.
Whoa.
I was absolutely furious. And it set me down a road. See, I think everything happens for a reason.
Whoa.
And it sent me down a road of, oh no, buddy, you obviously misread the book. And so when I came back in the automotive industry, that became my battle cry. That became what I was going to be known for. And so I went out very publicly. I wrote a blog, Buying Cars Her Way. I did a lot of press around it. And I was warned by a lot of people within my industry, like, hey, you better back down, because, there's going to be a lot of people that don't like you, and they're going to come against you, within the industry. And what I determined was, that was the common enemy between my female customers and myself. Was never my competitor down the street. It was the industry itself. Because not only, and where I could bond with my female customers is because I too was also was in a minority of, female car dealers, general managers, whatever. And so, I every day took the same trek that they took 2 or 3 times, maybe in a lifetime, 5 times in a lifetime. And so, we bonded over the fact that I was the anti-car dealer. And we bonded over the fact that I was forever grateful that they would, trust me with their hard-earned dollars to sell them a car. Wow. And that was the movement. It was buying cars her way. And the fact that when they came into my dealership, they were going to see female salespeople, females in leadership, myself, and they were going to have the same treatment that every customer deserves. People talk about the fact, well, we've got this at the car dealership and we give women better treatment. Well, shame on you. Every customer, man, woman, black, white, Hispanic, whatever it may be, everybody deserves equal treatment. And I think that's all women consumers have ever said. They're not expecting anything more, but darn it, they're expecting the same treatment as a man, or in my case, as my husband would have gotten walking in to buy that car. And so, every day I just pounded that in, and I had a great team, and it all starts with hiring the right people that would honor that, honor my commitment as the dealer to give women and all of our buyers an excellent buying experience.
One thing I loved what you said in that entire explanation, which I thought was wonderful, was when you said that the your competition was not, or your not roadblock, but the enemy,
a common enemy.
Common enemy was not the competition down the street. It was the industry.
Yep.
It was the industry who did things a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Like being dismissive to a woman who came in with the cash to buy a car that that to me is just, I mean,
I had a $128,000 check in my purse. I was writing a check for the car.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he gave away that sale by just saying something.
He wouldn't even let me drive the car. He said, "Where's your husband? Why don't we get your husband down here?" And I'm like, "You've got to be kidding me! I'm the CEO of a major company here in town." So yeah. Right. But you know what? I'm glad it happened.
Yeah, no, and I understand that absolutely.
Yeah.
Because look at how many lives you've been able to touch because of that one incident. And it's got to make a great story from stage.
Yeah, it does. And it ignited such a passion in me. And I talk so much about what is your underlying purpose. And so I